What's up, you guys? So this video is a little different because I'm cleaning carpet where my cat has all of a sudden decided to pee outside of the litter box, which is lovely. But I wanted to go ahead and make this because the rest of the night I'll be doing kid stuff and all that. So, we all know, I guess, if you're watching this, you probably do, about angel numbers or seeing repeating numbers or ascending or descending numbers, mirrored numbers. But once in a while, I will get a random number that shows up repeatedly. 3 is usually my magic number. If it shows up 3 times, then I pay attention. But 217 in the past 2 days has come up actually now, 4 times, but 2 of the times were together, which is my daughter and I went on a field trip with her class to this historic cemetery here in town. And when we were doing the tour, I noticed on one of the gravestones that this lady in the 1800s had been born on February 17th, and then 90 something years later she died on her birthday, February 17th. So I was like, that's, I wonder how often that occurs. That's odd. And then that night, a reader actually randomly said, "I'm hearing 217," and I was like, mental note. But that still was just twice. And then today, at my house cleaning job, I just happened to walk by their Alexa thing right at 217, and sometimes when it's this weird little thing, it feels like a camera clicking in my head. It's the only way I can describe it. But it's like when, I guess, the guides or whoever is trying to kind of get my attention, it's almost like a little camera click is what it feels like. So it's like, okay, something's up with 217 or February 17th. So I was just going to share some of the things I found when I looked up that number and that date, in case it's a synchronicity for you guys or confirmation, any of the events I say or words. I don't have my notes, so I might miss some of them, but so I'll do the date, February 17th. So Thomas Jefferson was inaugurated, which February's, that's kind of late, and apparently it was the most contentious presidential election, which I found interesting because I think we're going to have one of those this year. The Red Cross was founded, but it was called at the time, which I thought this title was interesting, the Committee for Relief of the Wounded. I was like, hey, I like that. I don't know, I've been sensing this relief coming in from the higher realms of just, I don't know, those of us that have really gone through it, whether recently or just kind of throughout life or whatever, just this sense of relief slowly coming in internally, externally, all that. So that was one. I found this interesting. 2 stampedes in history happened where a lot of people died. One was in Chicago in the 90s, and it was at a nightclub, and I think 21 people died. And then there was a stampede it was a foreign country. Oh shoot, I can't remember. But in that one, 49 people died, but they were both on February 17th. So something about stampedes might be a synchronicity. Let's see. And then the number 217, it's an area code. First of all, it's near Springfield, Illinois. Let's see what else. I forgot another one on February 17th. In 1996, it was NASA Discovery Program's first launch of a craft to orbit an asteroid. And get this, the asteroid was Asteroid 433, which is Eros, E-R-O-S. Eros is also Cupid and son of Venus. So, okay, that was another thing. And then that made me look up, oh, I wonder what asteroid 217 is. This is how my brain works. So, asteroid 217 is Eudora, Eudora. And Eudora in mythology is one of the Hyades, which are the sisters of the Pleiades. So, in astronomy, they're also a star cluster in Taurus, just like the Pleiades. But they're the daughters of Atlas, and then the mother is debated. So there were several different mothers listed. But Eudora means the generous one. Oh yeah, and February 17th is Random Acts of Kindness Day. So the Random Acts of Kindness and the generous, that was like a message, you know, I thought that was cool. And Eudora, there was some different myths, but the Hyades, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Hyades, they were the tutors of Dionysus. I had never heard that before, so that was interesting. Okay, let me focus. Let me think if I can think what else. 217. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. Oh, this one. This is so random. So apparently room 217 at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado is where Stephen King stayed the night in 1974, and him and his wife were there. They were on a little weekend trip to get away from the kids, and apparently he had like this, they called it a lucid nightmare in the article I read, which I've never heard lucid nightmare, but that a coiled up fire hose came to life and was chasing his screaming son down the hallway of this hotel. Oh, and the other thing is they were the only guests in the hotel that night. So after he woke up from that nightmare and it said he was sitting by the window smoking a cigarette and got the download, or he didn't call it that, or they didn't call it that, but basically he got the whole plot of The Shining in that night, right after that nightmare in that hotel. So now that room, people book it still. It's called the Stephen King Suite. So there could be something synchronistic with Stephen King, with The Shining, with Colorado, with the name Stanley. It's the Stanley Hotel. Apparently, the whole hotel is haunted because I was reading all kinds of stories about different things that have happened there that are paranormal and whatnot. So who knew that 217 had some famous famous links? So I have no idea if that's going to mean anything to anybody, but I wanted to come on and share and say hi. And you guys can let me know in the comments if you have any associations with 217 or February 17th. That's in Aquarius season. So I don't know, but I hope y'all are having a good night. Bye.